And we welcome you back to Plainsman Park as we head to game number 2. Northeastern Plainsman baseball winning game 1 against Lamar 8-4. And now we head to game number 2 looking for a Thursday sweep in the first 2 for the Plainsmen on this weekend series. Our pregame show is brought to you by Northeastern Junior College. From Plains to possibilities, Northeastern Junior College has the educational path for you. Visit njc.edu and get next school year off on the right foot today by contacting them and taking a look. Justin Dean on the bump for NJC. He's 6-0 this year, 48 strikeouts across 38 innings of work, and he's garnered one of the 9-inning starting spots with his great performances here recently. 3 1/3 in the 18-9 win at Otero last weekend. 4 runs, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. For the Lamar Lopes, they'll turn to a lefty in this one, in Jamin Fatak. That will be the starting pitcher here today. But for NJC, they're not going to really make a ton of changes because of the lefty on the hill. They're going to at least start the same way that they have so far this season. And the starting pitcher for the Lamar Lopes is looking for a pretty darn good performance when it comes to the ball game here, because they had to eat into their bullpen in game number 1 here today. Fatak has appeared 14 times this year, 25 2/3 innings of work, 30 strikeouts and 9 walks. He is 2-2 overall on the season. And he will be, I believe, starting for the first time in a while. He's been out of the pen for the Lamar Lopes. He pitched out of the pen at Trinidad State on the 18th of April, which was the back end of the weekend games last weekend, and went a third of an inning. So he's garnering a start. This is the first time he's started since the Southeast Series. As we meet our starting lineups, which are brought to you by Carpet Comfort Center, largest selection of flooring across the eastern plains of Colorado. Carpet Comfort Center, Broadway Plaza Shopping Center in Sterling. Justin Dean on the bump for NJC. He'll be caught by Nate Glad. Michael Clark remains at first base. Easton Hubbard enters into the field here in game number 2, and he'll be at second. George Green at third. Braden Stuft will take over at short after catching game number 1. He typically plays both ends of day 2, but Coach Cattrall saying he wanted to get him in the field both games in day 1, where we were playing back-to-back and have the travel tomorrow. Tanner Peary's in left, Riley Suarez in center, and Aniel Delorbe will remain in the lineup in right. He normally doesn't, Delorbe, start against lefties, but Coach Cattrall said he had such a good at-bat against that lefty out of the bullpen in game number 1 that we've got to let him prove that he can get things done against these lefties here in this second one, at least to start. Lamar will shuffle things up. Antonio Soto Rodriguez, who hit 9-hole in game 1, will bat leadoff here in this. Jonas Molinar will be new to the lineup. The first baseman will hit 2-hole, and Ethan Marquez 3. Jackson Brattel, who led off game 1, is now cleanup hitter, followed by Keenan Oxford. Charlie McKinney hits 6-hole, Erica Tondo 7. Cole Crosant will be the 8-hole hitter, and Santiago Long, the 9-hole hitter, as we get underway at 3:36 p.m. on this Thursday afternoon for game number 2, our 9-inning affair here today. It is 68 degrees outside, and the wind has turned. It was blowing out to right, now it's blowing out to left, and currently is sitting at 27 miles an hour in the Sterling area. In on the right side comes Soto Rodriguez, and the shortstop will take the first pitch for strike number 1. From Justin Dean, Soto Rodriguez 0 for 3 with a run batted in on a fielder's choice in game number 1 today. He'll get a hold of one and lift it out to center field, and it drops down in front of Suarez, and it's a leadoff single for the Lamar Lopes to get our second game underway. Stubbs and Wiggins has everything that you need when it comes to your gas, your fresh cooked food from an actual kitchen, all your auto accessories. Exit 66A when you're traveling I-76. Stop off for a gem of a place. Jonas Molinar will now be the batter. First at-bat of the weekend series for him. He will square to bunt, pop it up, and Glad will snare it on the bunt pop-up for out number 1, and attempting to small ball Soto Rodriguez over, now 1 away to Ethan Marquez. Marquez 1 for 3 and scored a run in game number 1 today. Justin Dean make the pick throw over to first, and stepping back in is Soto Rodriguez. Lopes 61 stolen bases on the season. Fastball in tight for ball 1 to Marquez. Plainsmen had 4 stolen bases in game 1 today. Pair of home runs. Soto Rodriguez takes off. Going down to second for Gladden, just ahead of the tag of Hubbard. Goes Soto Rodriguez. So strike to Marquez. Stolen base puts a runner into scoring position for the Lamar Lopes with nobody out in the top of inning number 1. Justin Dean gets a swing and a miss from Marquez to take the count to 1-2. Given that you had to utilize 2 arms out of your pen in game 1, the hope is that Dean can eat up 5 or 6 innings in this 9-inning game to lengthen the availability of the pen for tomorrow. Breaking ball for Dean, just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I was there in game 1, but the home plate umpire in game 1 is now in the field, so got to adjust to a new strike zone. We don't have ABS here at the junior college level. 2-2, back pick throw to second, and Soto Rodriguez steps back in safely. Dean still keeping an eye on Soto Rodriguez with 1 away in the top of the first. He's dancing off the bag. Fastball off the back of Marquez. And hit batsman puts runners at first and second to Jackson Britell. In left field in this game after playing center in game number 1, Britell hit a home run. Struck out twice, 1 for 4 with a pair of runs batted in. Dean. Long look at the runner out at second and starts fastball right across to Britell, 0-1. And JC got down 1-0 in game 1 and then scored 3 in the second and 3 in the third and never looked back en route to the 8-4 win. 0-1, hopped in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball blocked by Glad to keep the runners at first and second. Dean, a long look again. He'll spin this time and make the throw, forcing Soto Rodriguez to step back in at second. Plainsmen with the win in game number 1 move themselves to 17-4. Lamar drops back to 7-14. Up goes the 1-1, 2-1. Lamar still a half game ahead of Trinidad after that game number 1 loss for the final playoff spot in the Region 9 tournament. Trinidad has Southeast today and tomorrow, and a hit batsman as Dean plunks Britell on the 2-1, and the bases are loaded with 1 away. Southeast won the first game in Trinidad today 8-7. They're playing their second game right now. They'll play a pair tomorrow, so Southeast is bumped ahead of Western Nebraska for the 3rd spot. They were tied coming into the weekend. So they're actually, Lamar is still a game up on Trinidad. They're 6-15. Keenan Oxford steps in, bases loaded, and Justin Dean whips a fastball to the left-handed hitting center fielder for strike one. He went 1 for 4 with a home run in game one today. No, he went 1 for 4 without a home run. Oh, 0-1. Dean buzzed him on the outside corner. 0-2. Find that strikeout and get that second out of the inning. Things become a little bit easier. Green, even with the grass at third. Double play depth up the middle, not holding Brittell at first with the bases loaded. 0-2. Dean hops it in, blocked by Glad. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff single, pop up on a bunt, back-to-back hit batsman in this top of the first inning. Dean. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Gets that backwards K for out number 2. Keeps the bases loaded to Charlie McKinney, who went 1 for 3 in game number 1 today. Dean. Starts McKinney off with one just off the plate for ball 1. Dean is one that he is going to use some pitches. Maybe hunting some strikeouts here and there. Just needs to find that out to get out of this inning. 1-0, golfed foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Trying to work out from a conundrum of his own accord with a pair of hit batsmen to put the loaded bases out there. Dean drops it into the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike becomes 2 balls and 1 strike. JD gets one he likes from Glad. 2-1, fastball outside corner, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's really moved laterally very well in this first inning as Dean. Keeping the hitters guessing as to where it's going to be. Kenny digs back in, 2-2. Dean, breaking ball, popped off foul. McKinney stays alive. Two away, top 1. Dean. 2-2. Just high. Count goes full. First full count of the inning. Dean's had to battle after the leadoff single. Payoff pitch with the bases loaded in 2 away. Hammered to the backstop foul. We'll do it again. Charlie McKinney come up with some good contact this year for Lamar. Not as much in game 1 today. 3-2. Breaking ball, grounder, finds its way through. Runners moving on the 3-2. This will plate 2. It's 2-0 Lamar on the second hit of the inning. Home comes Soto Rodriguez. Home comes Marquez. Just first to second goes Brittell, but for a second game in a row, Lamar has struck first, this time with a pair in the top of inning number 1. That brings Eric Atondo to the plate, designated hitter. one of many returnees, and he will belt one out to right field. Britell goes second to home. First to third on the play goes McKinney. It's 3-0 on the RBI single. Lamar knowing after losing game one they have to be aggressive in this, and Cole Croissant will come to the plate for the Lamar Lopes. Croissant on the year for the Lamar Lopes, making his 24th appearance. 20 for 62, that's a .323 batting average. Croissant is the second baseman. First pitch across for strike number one. Marco Hernandez was the second baseman in game number one, and he hit a home run. The 0-1 pitch dips away from Croissant. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dean approaching 30 pitches in this first inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Little pop up to second will end it, but not before Lamar plates 3 on 3 hits. Middle of 1, NJC trails the Lopes 3-0 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Bottom of the first as we come back to Plainsman Park, 3-0 Lamar. A Northeastern Plainsman come to the plate, brought to you by Better Electric. Better does matter. 970-521-1030. Braden Stuff leading things off. Easton Hubbard and Riley Suarez also guaranteed up in this first inning. Michael Clark will bat cleanup after the big game number 1 today with 3 runs batted in, and Aniel Delor Bay will move up to the 5 spot. Nate Glad hitting 6th. George Green will now bat 7th. Tanner Peary and Carson Souter round out the batting 9 for NJC. Jamin Fatak will be the starter for the Lopes on the left side. He'll be caught by Santiago Long. Jonas Molinar is at first. Cole Croissant at second, and Ethan Marquez at third. Antonio Soto Rodriguez is the shortstop. Jackson Britell, Keenan Oxford, and Charlie McKinney go left to right in the outfield as Stuff takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Stuff to pair of runs batted in and a home run in game number 1 today. Off the plate goes the 1-0, 2 balls and no strikes. And JC, having won game number 1, has an easier time being a little more patient in game 2. It's the 2-0 pitch off the plate, 3 balls and no strikes. You don't feel like you're pressing near as much when you've won that game 1, although this is definitely a game where NJC still needs to keep on the front foot. 4 pitches out of the zone, and Braden Stuff draws the walk. McCook who NJC entered to the weekend with tied for first in the region, split yesterday. You don't want to do the same thing. You want to try and get yourself to where whatever McCook does this weekend, you do one better, so that you're at least a game up going into the final week of the season, taking some pressure off of the home-and-home series with WNCC. Easton Hubbard steps in, and he'll take the first pitch for strike number one. He belted a homer in game number one today. I asked Coach Catchell, I said, so have you figured out how you're going to approach next week pitching? He said, no, it kind of depends on what happens this weekend. He has some ideal scenarios as Stuff takes off, pitch up the ladder and the throw to second. Stuff was almost standing on the bag before the throw got there. So ball in the dirt, Stuff steals the base. Puts NJC at 144 on the season. Mentioned it in game one today. They're trying to become just the second team in Region 9 history with 100 stolen bases and 100 home runs in the same season. 2022 Southeast is the only other team to do that. They would try to be the first 100-150 team if they can steal what is now 6 more bases. 2 balls, 1 strike for Vitak. Ball hammered by Hubbard deep out to left field. The left fielder, Britell, looked up and said, yeah, that's gone. 2-run home run for Hubbard. He belts that one and makes this a 3-2 ball game. Hubbard with home run number 13 of the season and 2 of this Thursday. Easton Hubbard tacks another to the tally. That's now 95 home runs for NJC on the season. And we will have a visit to the mound by Coach Carrasco as Vitak a 4-pitch walk. And then he came out and hung a 1-1 that was drilled most of the way to 138 with that wind blowing out, but that would have been out even on a not windy day. And we'll bring Riley Suarez to the plate. Suarez, not a particularly overwhelming line in game number one, and he's one of those that, you watch him play and you go, all right, well, it was a nice day. And then you look at his numbers and go, oh, yeah, well, that was a really nice day. There's several times that I walk into day 2 of our weekend series. I kind of come in with a list of 4 or 5 guys that I'm like, yeah, this could be our player of the series, player of the weekend. And just in my head, I'm like, all right, these are the guys. And then I look down and go, well, okay, we've got to include Suarez as well. Let's see if he can get continued as he offered at the first one out of the mound visit from Jamin Vitak, and strike 1. Nobody out. 3-2 NJC trails Lamar, bottom of inning number 1. Vitak sails it away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lamar only had to use 1 arm out of their pen, but I think it was an arm that was an arm I expected to see start at least one of the 9s. He used a ton of pitches. I can't imagine he would be available much, if at all, tomorrow. Suarez waved at the 1-1, so 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vitak slips it off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sails the 2-2 all the way to the backstop, and the count goes full. First full count of this young game as NJC tries to get something rolling in the bottom of inning number 1. Got 2 of the 3 back. Love to get that 3rd back and make this a fresh new ball game. Vitak with the pitch. Suarez up the middle. It hops off the glove of Vitak. Soto Rodriguez will snare it at short and toss it on to first for the first out in the bottom of this first inning. And we'll bring up Michael Clark, who hit a 2 RBI triple and a sac fly in game number 1 today to garner our Plainsman of the Game honors, our DDC Plainsman of the Game honors. Clark heading to his offensive acumen in game 1, waves at the first offering. With the 3 runs batted in game 1, he now has 20 on the year. He rips at the 0-1, and it's 0-2. 11 different guys have 20 runs batted in now, with Michael Clark hitting 20. 0-2. Clark tattoos a ball out to center field. See ya! He takes that 1 yard, and we are tied at 3. Michael Clark's 3rd home run of the year. Add another to the mark for NJC. That's now 96 on the year for the Northeastern Plainsmen. And we have reset the matrix, if you will. 3-3 is our score. Aniel Delorbe will step in. Delorbe, as we mentioned, against the lefty in game number 1 today, out of the pen, actually had probably the best at-bat NJC had against the lefty. He watches the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1, garnering him the start against a left-hander. Normally Brendan Clellan might get the garnered start against a lefty. As Fatak sails it off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. One high for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Delorbe watches it by. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away, bottom 1, 3-3 ball game. Talk with the pitch. Delorbe drills it out to center, and it drops down for a single. So the first hit of the ball game that doesn't leave the ballpark for NJC. And Nate Glad will step to the plate. Glad, 423 hitting as a part of that catching platoon. 10 home runs, 38 batted in. 415 hitter with 6 homers and 16 batted in conference play. The talk, first pitch in tight for ball 1. Delorbe off the bag at first. He might move a little bit. Ball, well, he's going to move. He's going to move 90 feet down to second after Nate Glad wore that one off the thigh. So a hit batsman puts runners on first and second to George Green. Green got off to a hot start in conference play. And we now have a visit to the mound, and Jamie Fatak is not going to get out of the first inning. New arm for the Lamar Lopes when we come back. 3-3, bottom 1. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Marco Hernandez, the new arm for the Lamar Lopes, as we come back tied at 3, bottom of inning number 1, 1 away. He started at second base in game 1 today for Lamar, and he'll step onto the hill. Our pitching change brought to you by Sterling Health Food south of Sterling on Highway 6. Through a third of an inning, gave up 9 runs in the 23-7 loss to Trinidad last weekend. Gave up 11 runs in 2 2/3 innings against Southeast the time before that. His last start was against WNCC in a 14-13 victory. Largely been a 9-inning game bullpen guy as he goes high for ball 1 to George Green. Inheriting runners on first and second from Jamin Fatak. 1-0 pitch across for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Fatak for the Lamar Lopes. He goes a third of an inning, 24 pitches, 3 runs, 3 hits. Responsible for the 2 out there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hernandez delivers the pitch, hammered to the backstop, foul by Green, 1-2. Plainsmen took game 1 today, 8-4. 6 of their runs came in the first 3 innings. One, 2. Pitch waved at by Green, and he's down on strikes for out number 2 in the bottom of inning number 1. I'll bring up Tanner Peary, who went 0 for 2 in game number 1 today before being replaced. Trying to get Peary going, though, are the Plainsmen. Giving him a crack, and with a righty now back on the hill, you're much more comfortable with both he and Delaware Bay in the lineup. Hernandez drops one on the inside corner for strike number 1. Delaware Bay at second, Glad at first. Plainsmen have already hit 2 homers in inning number 1. Marco Hernandez. He get tagged with a pitch clock violation there, maybe? I'm not 100% certain. Pitch delivered, waved at by Peary. So 2 strikes in the count now. Hernandez spikes one in the dirt. Delaware Bay takes off for third, and he's cut down trying to stretch it out. NJC gets 3, though, on a pair of home runs. We've got a fresh new ball game, 3-3, as we head to the second on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to inning number 2, 3-3 our score between the Northeastern Plainsmen and the Lamar Lopes. Justin Dean back on the bump for our second inning, which is brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let that injury keep you out of the game. SydneyRMC.com to learn more. Justin Dean will tangle with 9, 1, and 2, Santiago Long, Antonio Soto Rodriguez, and Jonas Molinar. Dean in inning number 1 needed 28 pitches to get through the frame. 1 strikeout, 3 hits, 2 hit batsmen. That's ultimately was his undoing, was a couple free passes by hitting batters. Santiago Long, the catcher in game number 2 for the Lopes. 339 hitter on the year, waves at the first one he sees for strike one, 21 for 62. 3 homers, 15 batted in. Dean, fastball below the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. Each team 3 runs on 3 hits. Lamar left 2, NJC left 1. Dean, 1-1 pitch, foul tip back by Long, 1-2. Breaking ball, belted by Long out to center field, and it gets down in front of Suarez. So it's a leadoff single for the Lamar Lopes in this top of the 2nd inning. Back to the top of the order to the guy who led things off with a single in last inning, and Antonio Soto Rodriguez. With that hit, now 1 for 4 on the weekend, and he's scored a pair of runs. Squares to bunt, drops it down. Dean will pick it up and gun the strike to first. So a sacrifice bunt, if you will, to advance the runner into scoring position. A quality at-bat. Jonas Molinar will have his second at-bat, his first with a runner in scoring position. Lopes 2 for 4 last inning, in plating their 3 runs after coming up with just 1 hit the entirety of the first game with runners in scoring position. First pitch high for ball number 1 to Molinar. Dean takes a look at Long. Hammers 1 on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Long look at second. Misses off on the 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. One haphazard swing for Molinar. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't think he really wanted to swing at it, but he knew it was in the zone, and that hesitation might give Dean a little bit of confidence. What's this out pitch here? 2-2. Flared just over the jumping glove of Hubbard. Up will come Delor Bay, who has a cannon in right field. Long gets the stop on the single, so runners stand on the corners, 1 away to Ethan Marquez. Coach Roberto Carrasco will remember Delor Bay as a part of the Region 9 quarterfinal win that NJC walked off 13-12 last May. Delor Bay had a cut down to keep it tied at 12 in that 9th inning from right field that ultimately allowed NJC to win by way of the walk-off. So you knew that defense was going to be a factor there. Plainsman had a visit to the mound as Justin Dean wasn't particularly comfortable. Trying to keep this ball game tied in the top of the 2nd inning at 3, and Ethan Marquez hit by a pitch last inning. Dean will dance 1 across for strike number 1. You come in with a certain mindset of, okay, this is how we're going to approach this team in general and certain hitters in general. Dean up the ladder, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bonk maybe seemed a little perplexed after that first time through the order of some of that approach, and Dean obviously trying to find his spot. Finds a nice one on the outer edge, 1-2. Out pitch, first time through, was more on the inner half. I don't know if that will change this second time. He sails one way off, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Almost a waste pitch, hopefully to set something up and find that second out and keep the runners on the corners. Take throw over to first, and ball was blocked by Clark right at the bag. He thought he got past him. Two and two. Swing and a miss. Blew it past him up the ladder for out number 2 in the top of the second. Keeping us tied at 3 to Jackson Britell, the left fielder, who was hit by a pitch in inning number 1. Britell had a home run in game 1 today. Dean. First pitch to him, went to that strike 3, didn't get the chase. Ball 1. You know these 9s you're going to have to use multiple arms, but the hope is that Dean can at least get you to 4, but right now he's going to be lucky to get through 3 if this pitch count keeps. 1 ball, no strikes off the plate, 2 balls, no strikes. Dean, breaking ball doesn't, stays in tight, 3-0. Take all the way in the upper edge for strike 1. Might be able to get him to roll on something here if you can locate something off speed lower in the zone. Dean gets that roll over to second. They'll go the force at second, and the fielder's choice ends the inning. 3-3, NJC and Lamar, middle of 2. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Tanner Perry will lead things off, bottom of inning number 2, as we welcome you back to Plainsman Park. 3-3 our score. Our bottom of the second is brought to you by Coons Pump and Well Supply. They've got everything you need when it comes to all your watering systems. Coons Pump and Well. Don't wait until the last minute. Call and get your maintenance scheduled today, 970-522-2035. Peary was at the plate and had a 1-2 count when Oniel Delaware Bay was cut down to end inning number 1. So he'll lead things off in this second. Carson Souter, and then back to the top of the order, and Braden Stuffed. Peary will get a plate appearance, but not an at-bat from that game number 1, or that inning number 1. Looking for his first hit on this Thursday. Takes first pitch on the outside corner for strike number 1. Marco Hernandez back out there after coming on in relief in inning number 1 for the Lobes. 0-1, Peary squares bunt. Did he break the plane of the plate? Yes, he did. No balls, 2 strikes. Peary, he's had some good weekends, but he's kind of also in one of those positions where you feel like you just need one to kind of break the dam a little bit. 0-2, off the plate, 4-1. Is that the first day of the Luna series? He had that massive day, I think, and then he's just kind of been scuffling the last 6 or 7. Swing and a miss on the 1-2. He's down on strikes for out number 1 in the bottom of the second. That brings up Carson Souter for NJC. Souter DHing in this game. 255 on the batting average in total this season. Hasn't had a ton of opportunities in conference play. He's just 5 for 16 and takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Kind of had McVeigh hitting the ball and Clark hitting the ball the way they are. They kind of got to be in there, and with Hubbard in that second base spot as well, Souter kind of the odd duck out. Can play some short, but again, Stuffed, Hoy, Tavish Day, they've all been playing well. And just Carson Souter is one of those that is a byproduct of too many great bats in this lineup. 1-1, waves at it, 1-2. But it's also nice to know you've got a bat like his on the bench that we need a pinch hit. We need a guy that can come in. He can come through in a big way. 1-2, check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. Ball got between the wickets of Santiago Long. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Finishing the first time through the order. 1 out in the bottom of the second. Hernandez. Fastball in the dirt, 3-2. Riley Suarez saw a full count. Souter now seeing a full count. 4 of the first 9 batters have seen at least 5 pitches for NJC. Hernandez, 3-2. Souter pops it up. Wind making it dance. Hernandez will find it off the bump and make the catch for out number 2. So back to the top of the order, and Braden Stuffed, who walked on 4 pitches to begin this ball game and came around to score on the home run from Easton Hubbard. Stuffed also stole a base, so puts Braden at 79 for his career here at NJC now with that stolen base earlier in this game. Hernandez after ball 1, 2 stuffed. Gets him waving, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hernandez the 1-1. Stuff takes it by. It was inside corner, nothing he could do anything with. Knowing you want a base runner, you got to find your way on now, even with 2 strikes. That patience imperative, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hernandez dances one off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stuffed will become the 5th batter in 10 plate appearances to have seen 5 pitches right here. Hernandez the 2-2 high. He'll see the third full count of the ball game. And JC unsuccessful on the previous two as Suarez ground out in inning number 1 and the pop-up to the pitcher by Sauter in this frame. Payoff pitch, with 2 away for Marco Hernandez. Swing and a miss for Stuffed will end the frame. We stay tied at 3 after Begel's in the second, to the third next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to the third, 3-3 between NJC and Lamar. Our third is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance and agent Melinda Hutt. For all your life, home, auto, farm, and ranch insurance needs, stop at 3431 West Main Street in Sterling or 970-526-0202. Keenan Oxford, Charlie McKinney, and Eric Antondo will be due up in this third frame. Justin Dean, his third inning of work. 48 pitches through the first 2, 3 runs all earned, 2 strikeouts, 5 hits, no walks, 2 hit batsmen. Oxford, one of the strikeouts. And his first time facing Dean. Dean will start him off away with ball 1. Plainsmen won game 1, 8-4 today, so sole possession of first in the Region 9 standings by a half game. 1-0, big hammer out to right by Oxford. See ya. 4-3, Lamar lead. He got a hold of that one. Wind is now blowing out to left. It doesn't matter what direction the wind is blowing. That ball was getting out of every park in this region. So the solo shot kicks it off for Keenan Oxford, and I believe that is now 17 home runs on the year for Oxford. 18 home runs. I mean, conference play alone for the left fielder in this one, that is home run number 14. Definitely will be on that all-region team if anybody has any sense at all. First pitch to Charlie McKinney, and it's grounded over to third, and George Green is able to gobble it up and toss it across for the 5-3 putout, and out number 1. That brings Eric Atondo to the plate, the designated hitter with a single in this game. One of the 6 Lamar hits. He had a hit in game 1 as well. Atondo takes the first pitch off the plate for ball number 1. Plate umpire cautioning Dean for apparently working too quickly. They implemented that 30-second pitch clock to make the game move faster, but apparently too fast is a thing. 1-0, Dean, fastball in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Dean, high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Seem to have settled down a little bit now, has Dean, after a erratic start to that first inning. Tried to get a chase from Atondo. He's able to hold back 3 balls and 1 strike. Dean. Breaking ball gets away for Atondo, and this will take the count to full. Justin Dean, like his Lamar counterparts, has had to work a lot of long pitch counts. This is just the second full count, though, for him. The 3-2 pitch drilled out to center field, and just like the previous 3-2, it's a single for Lamar on a 3-2 pitch. And Justin Dean will have a runner at first for Kel Croissant, who flew out to second in his first at bat. First pitch cross for strike number 1 to Croissant. Name sounds familiar. Maybe a Wiggins area guy. Pop it off foul on the 0-1, and it goes to 0-2. The face looks familiar as well. University, that's where I would know him from. Croissant, 0-2. Watches the pitch by away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sterling High School plays in that Patriot League against University. It was a good 8 innings for Sterling on Tuesday. Croissant hits a fly ball out to center, trailing in and making the catch, Riley Suarez, for the second out in this top of the 3rd inning. Runner remains at first, and Santiago Long, who led off last inning with a single for the Lopes and was left aboard, will get his second at bat of the ball game. Justin Dean dealing with traffic. He'll make that pick throw over to first, and Atondo will get back in safely. Justin Dean with the pitch. Glad guns it down to second and got him dead to rights. Atondo had no chance. Nate Glad cuts him down. Solo home run puts Lamar in front, though, 4-3. Middle of 3 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Head to the bottom of inning number 3. NJC trails Lamar 4-3. Our bottom of the 3rd is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow your money and do your banking with people you know and people who know you. Equitable-savings.com for more. Easton Hubbard, Riley Suarez, Michael Clark due up in the bottom of the 3rd inning for NJC. 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on through the first 2. Through 3, Lamar has 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and 4 left aboard. Hubbard plated a pair on a 2-run home run in inning number 1, but NJC was sat down in order last inning by Marco Hernandez. He's back out there for his second full inning of work, an inning and 2/3 so far, as Hubbard gets a hold of one and drills it out to left, but Britell was able to find it and make the catch shy of the wall for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Lamar Lobes, who have kept NJC off the board since the solo home run by the man on deck, Michael Clark. Riley Suarez at the plate before we get to him. Since Hernandez came in, 3 strikeouts, a flyout, and a pop-up. Suarez watches the first pitch high for ball 1. Hernandez the 1-0. Suarez gets a hold of a ball, drills it out to right center field. This one bangs off the wall and takes a hop back toward center. Suarez digging to turn this into a triple, and he'll get there. A stand-up triple with 1 out in the bottom of inning number 3. Just about a Wheaties from getting a home run out of the park, but does get a 3-bagger, does Suarez, to Michael Clark. Clark now with 4 runs batted in on this Thursday. Has an opportunity with Suarez standing 90 feet away from tying the ball game. Just the 3rd time at the plate with runners in scoring position today in this second game for NJC, as Clark takes the first pitch by for strike 1. 1 away, bottom 3, down 4-3. Hernandez hops it in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Clark takes one in on the thighs on the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Suarez's triple, the first hit given up by Marco Hernandez. 2-1. Ball flared out to right, running away from McKinney, and he will not get there. It bounces on down for an RBI single, and Clark ties us at 4 with his 4th run batted in of this Thursday. Still with 1 away, and Clark is aboard for Aniel Delorbe, who singled in inning number 1 and was caught stealing to end the frame. Delorbe seeing Marco Hernandez for a first time in this game. Takes first pitch off the plate for ball 1. Delorbe 0 for 3 against right-handed pitching today, 2 for 2 against left-handed pitching. It's counterintuitive typically for a lefty. Hernandez blows it past him. Delorbe swinging for the fences and got no contact. Ball, 1 strike. Again, home run swing. Taking off is Clark. The throw can't be pulled in by Soto Rodriguez, who is late breaking it to the bag. So a stolen base for Michael Clark. And JC approaches 150 on the season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Delorbe hopped in 2-2. Stolen base by Clark, 145 now on the year for the Plainsmen. Set the program record last year. I think it was 168 maybe. Was that last year? Yeah, it had to have been last year. We had 2 kids over 40. 2-2. Pitch off the glove of Long. And Clark will move to third on the passed ball. So the go-ahead run stands 90 feet away. A lot of ways that Aniel Delorbe can get that run home. Payoff pitch for Hernandez. NJC's yet to reach on a full count today. Delorbe will pop it up. Foul territory. Sails over the fence and out of play. Will do it again. Infield is in this bottom of the third with 1 away in a 4-4 game to cut down the go-ahead run. Defensive mindset worked for Lamar in game 1 today a couple times. Three and two once again. Hernandez, long look. Delorbe not calling time. Pitch delivered. Delorbe pops it up. Shallow right field. The dying Quail gets down. Clark comes home, and Delorbe will head to second on what will turn into an RBI double on just a little pop-up that got down and scooted just past the right fielder. So NJC takes a 5-4 lead, and Nate Glad comes to the plate. Glad, being hit by the pitch, was the last guy to see the Lamar starting pitcher in Fatak. So he's the last guy to see Marco Hernandez for a first time. And then George Green, who stands on deck, will see him a second time. First pitch in for strike one to the Plainsman catcher. Just an hour into this game. And JC now leads 5-4 with the 2 spot in the bottom of the third inning. And as the 0-1, Glad gets underneath it. Out to center field. Oxford over. He'll make the catch. Tagging and moving to third is Delorbe on the F8 putout. So, positive at bat to advance the runner, and George Green, who struck out against Marco Hernandez in his first at bat, will step in with a chance to add to the 5-4 NJC advantage. First pitch in at the knees for strike number 1 to Green. Bottom of the third, now 6 hits for NJC. Love number 7 for Green right here. 0-1, runs high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Plainsman only left, I think it was 3 total base runners in the 8-4 win earlier today. They've only left 1 today. They've been pretty efficient in plating their runs. 1-1, sails off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Hernandez, 2-1, way high, 3-1. Hernandez dumps it into the dirt, ball 4, and Green will draw the walk, and NJC will pinch hit here for Tanner Peary, as we will see Brendan Clellan come into the game. I would presume Cleland will move over to right and Aniel Delor Bay will go to left. That's when you use Delor Bay and Cleland that we've typically seen them in that defensive alignment. Brendan Cleland in conference play this year is 11 for 28 with 12 runs batted in. His total on the year is a .348 hitter with a homer and 27 batted in. Cleland takes a mighty rip at the first one he sees for strike one. He had one of the top 3 batting average seasons in his freshman campaign in this program's history. Has an opportunity to be top 3 on the all-time batting average list. Going to have to come up with a few more hits here in his sophomore year. Ball hopped in, taking off for second is George Green on the dirt ball. No throw as they were more concerned with Delor Bay coming home. 5-4 game, but now 2 in scoring position. One ball, one strike. Ball hammered to the backstop, foul by Cleland, 1-2. Hernandez looking to get out with no further damage. NJC trying to put a real crooked number up on the board. 1-2. Hernandez with the pitch. Cleland hammers it down the line and it drops down. Delor Bay and Green both come home. 2 RBI single on the pinch hit for Brendan Cleland. And NJC now holds a 7-4 lead with 2 away in the bottom of inning number 3. Carson Souter will get his second crack at the plate. He popped up on the infield last inning. I'd say 4 is a pretty crooked number for NJC. Have this 7-4 advantage and find the 7th hit of the ball game and see if you can't keep it churning here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hernandez with the pitch. Home run swing. Strike 1 contact for Souter. One. Again, big rip, blown right past him, 0-2. Cleland, who drove in a pair, short off the bag at first. Behind the righty Hernandez, 0-2. Souter lifts it up, right side of the infield. Rosen underneath it. Makes the catch to end the inning, but not before NJC plates 4. We head to the 4th. 7-4 NJC lead on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Seven 4 NJC lead as we come back to Plainsman Park. Top of inning number 4 of this 9-inning affair. Made possible by Culligan Water Softeners and Drinking Water Systems. Available for rent, 970-427-8080. Santiago Long, Antonio Soto Rodriguez, and Jonas Molinar due up for Lamar in this fourth. Justin Dean back out on the bump. There's some loosening beginning in the pen as Dean is at 62 pitches. There's a couple guys on this team that you'll let stretch out 100 plus. But Dean's one that I would guess probably 80 to 90 is about where they're going to sit him. First pitch, ground ball to short. Stuffed gobbles it up, slings it across the diamond on the 6-3 ground out, and out number one. Rough opening inning for Justin Dean. Gave up the solo shot last inning. And able to, by and large, quell whatever production Lamar tries to put together. Third time through the order, Antonio Soto Rodriguez. He's singled and advanced a runner on a sacrifice bunt today. He'll take the first pitch for strike number one. Dean, second one, runs low, 1 ball and 1 strike. These games originally supposed to be played Sunday. It's the 1-1 chased high by Soto Rodriguez, but the weather didn't look great, so with the fact that we're running up on the end of this regular season, the teams agreed to move it up. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock in Lamar at Merchants Park. We'll be there on 94.5 The Ranch. 1-2, hammered off foul, count remains. You can listen to that one worldwide. We won't be carrying the NJC Athletics YouTube page with us. You can listen 945theranch.com. We're on pretty much all the streaming services that you have. I know TuneIn Radio has decided to randomly throw ads in the middle of broadcasts now. I know there's several others there, but new websites, 945theranch.com, should function on all devices now. If you're not within the 94.5 The Ranch listening area, Antonio Soto Rodriguez drives that ball nearly out of the 94.5 The Ranch listening area on the 2-2, up, back, and out for a home run for the Lopes to make this a 7-5 ball game. Got a hold of that one from Dean and clubs another home run for the Lamar Lopes. Second home run in this ball game. Fourth home run of the doubleheader for Lamar. So now 7-5 with 1 out, top 4, and Jonas Molinar will step in. He's popped up to the catcher and singled today. Takes first pitch high for ball 1. Solo home run from Soto Rodriguez, the 8th hit of the ball game for Lamar. Breaking ball dances on the inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Dean. Fastball 1-1, finds the outside corner, 1-2. Said it earlier, if you can get your 9-inning starter through 5, that's ideal. Lets you work with your pen. That one's gone. 1-2 pitch drilled up and out by Molinar. He got a hold of that one as well. That's back-to-back long balls for the Lamar Lopes, and the once 7-4 lead is now just 7-6. With back-to-back 1-out home runs for the visitors. So you needed that crooked number for a 4 spot in the third to give yourself a little bit of comfort. You would be trailing had you not found the pinch hit knock from Brendan Cleland. Ethan Marquez steps in, and the first pitch is foul back for strike 1. Dean buzzed him on the inside corner on the 0-1, 0-2, and Marquez is none too pleased. 0-2. Dean sails it off the plate for ball one. Couldn't be squeezed by Glad. One and two. Dean goes back in and gets the chase for Marquez for out number 2 in the top of inning number 4. Strikeout number 3 in the ball game for Justin Dean. Jackson Britell will step in. Hit by a pitch and a reach on a fielder's choice in this game for the now left fielder. 1 for 5 with a pair of runs batted in across the doubleheader, including a home run in game 1. Checked his swing on ball 1, did Britell. Dean, second one, and Britell crushes it out. This one will stay in the park as it goes gap left center field, and good job by Cleland to get over and hold it to just a single. So Cleland is in left field. Delaware Bay remains in right, and Keenan Oxford will step to the plate for the Lamar Lobes. Oxford hit a home run last inning to lead things off, and Coach Catchell will walk with the urgency of one of my teenage daughters when I tell them we're running late to the mound. Probably won't see Justin Dean continue with this, although you might. I don't know how long you've got the arm tossing down in that pen, how long they've been going. Coach Catchell will take every second until the home plate umpire breaks this one up in a 7-6 ball game with the tying run on, 2 outs in the top of inning number 4. And now Coach Catchell points down to the bullpen and says, all right, we're going to change. Bought him a few extra pitches. We'll see a new pitcher when we come back. 2 away, top 4 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Ian Bandy, the new pitcher for NJC, as we come back 2 away, top 4, 7-6 NJC lead, but Lamar has the tying run aboard. Our pitching change is brought to you by Rudy's Tires, several locations across the area, so there's always one close by. Visit rudystires.com for more. They present Eastern Plains Sports Today weekdays at 3 p.m. over on 1010 KSIR. Bandy had a rough outing, going 3 2/3 in the 12-2 loss at Otero last weekend. In fact, that was just 4 days ago. 6 strikeouts, but 9 hits and 5 runs allowed for Bandy. He replaces Justin Dean, who is responsible for the man on the base pass. 79 pitches, 6 runs all earned, 3 strikeouts, 10 hits, and 2 hit batsmen. And Keenan Oxford, who hit one of the 3 home runs off Justin Dean, will step in. Bandy in tight for ball number 1 for the righty. Bandy is one of these arms for NJC that can start, but he's capable of coming out of the pen, and that's almost invaluable in these 9-inning games as Bandy dances one on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Knowing the postseason is 9s, you need a guy like Bandy that, all right, this is my starter and I trust you when we come into a sticky situation to get us out of it. Swing and a miss on the 1-1, goes to 1-2. Bandy. Pick throw over to first, and the ball gets under the glove of Clark, but not far enough away for Bertel to move. Two spot in this 4th for Lamar. Bandy. Breaking ball popped up by Oxford, sails over the Plainsman pen or dugout, foul. Count remains 1-2. Bandy trying to get out of this jam in the 4th. 1-2. Fastball away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Takes a peek at Bertel at first. Bandy. Fastball off the plate. Count goes full. Lopes have had a fair share of success on full counts today. Pair of singles in this game alone. Breaking ball called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Bandy gets out of the jam and keeps NJC in front. 7-6 they lead. We head to the bottom of the 4th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to the bottom of inning number 4. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen leading the Lamar Lopes 7-6, and a new arm on the hill, sophomore Banan Vandeveer, making just his 5th appearance of the year. Vandeveer 3 1/3 innings of work, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 12 hits allowed for him. Banan Vandeveer for Lamar. Let's see when the last time was that he pitched. It's been quite a while for him. March 28th against Luna in an 18-4 loss in the final game of that series. So, new arm on our 4th, brought to you by Buckeye Welding Supply. You have questions, they have answers. Our area welders, stop on by 330 South 11th Avenue in Sterling. Top of the NJC order due up, as it will be Braden Stuffed, followed by Easton Hubbard and Riley Suarez. Seeing the right-hander, Vandeveer. First pitch into the dirt for ball number 1. And JC put up a 4-spot last inning, ending the appearance ultimately of Marco Hernandez. 51 pitches through 2 2/3. Will be delivered to Stuffed, and he lifts it out to right field. Long run. This one bangs off the wall. Stuffed going to look to stretch it into a double, and he will. Braden Stuffed with a double to lead things off in the bottom of inning number 4. And he finds his way on the team's 8th hit of the ball game. With Easton Hubbard stepping to the plate. Hubbard hit a home run back in inning number 1, and he flew out his last time at the plate to kick off last inning. That was a well-struck ball that he got a hold of, and Hubbard will try and add more to the 7-run tally. Vanderveer, first pitch into the dirt for ball number 1 to Hubbard. One and 0. Hubbard on the right side. Stuffed has already swiped a bag in this game. Ball behind Hubbard for ball 2. 79 in his career. Previous record, I think, was 68. 65, somewhere in that neighborhood. Two balls, no strikes. Pitch clock violation. Vanderveer took too long, so the count now goes to 3-0 with the ball added to the count. And then Vanderveer Rio all the way across on a breaking ball. Take all the way for Hubbard, 3-1. Santiago Long trotting out. Third pitcher in the ball game he's caught, so trying to make sure they're on the same page. Had a situation in the first game today when you saw the pitching change for Lamar where ball went straight through all the way to the backstop with nobody touching it. Trying to avoid that, 3-1, nobody out, runner on second, bottom 4, and JC up 7-6. 3-1 off of a Hubbard, so hit by a pitch this time. He finds his way on. Runners stand on first and second, and Riley Suarez will get a crack at the plate. He tripled off the outfield wall last inning. Came around and scored one of the 4 the Plainsmen plated. Vanderveer, 7 pitches into this inning through 2 batters. He's only found the zone twice, and one of them, Braden Stuffed, doubled off the outfield wall on. First pitch up the ladder for ball number 1 to Suarez. There is an arm tossing in the pen, so Vanderveer is not the long-term solution for Lamar. One and 0. Keeping an eye on Stuffed. Vanderveer fires it in on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Suarez awaits the pitch delivered. Foul tip snared by Long. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Best hitter of this Thursday standing on deck. Suarez would like to give him more traffic out there if possible. Or none. Just hit it over the fence. 1-2. Hopped in and bangs off the mask of Long. Stuffed, and Hubbard will move up on the wild pitch. So 2 stand in scoring position now. Infield will come in to cut down the run at home on a ground ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Vandiver painted the outside corner and got the strikeout, looking for out number 1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. That will bring up Michael Clark, who drove in 3 in game number 1 today, has driven in 2 here in game 2, 5 runs batted in, a home run and a single in this one. Got a triple today as well. He's a double away from the doubleheader cycle. Not that that's a stat you keep, but Clark. We'll see Vandiver step off and reset. 2 in scoring position. Infield still in on a ground ball. Not that Clark's hit any of those today. He'll take the first pitch for strike 1. And in Vandiver, 13 pitches into this inning. Delivers the pitch, and Clark tattoos the ball out to center field at the fence. It bounces off the fence again. Stuffed and Hubbard easily home, looking for his second triple of the day. Clark heads to third with a stand-up triple, and JC with a 9-6 lead. Nicely struck ball again for Michael Clark. The hands-down front runner for our player of the series. I don't know that he'd have to do anything else the rest of this series to have the kind of day he's had put together, and he's driven Bannon Vandiver out of this ball game as we have a visit to the mound, and it looks like a new arm coming in. NJC up 9-6. 1 away, bottom 4. Maybe? Are we getting the paint change? Yes, we are. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Trapper Page, the new arm for the Lamar Lopes as we come back bottom of inning number 4. NJC leads 9-6. Our pitching change brought to you by First National Bank in Fleming. Be certain in your finances and in the management team. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC. The righty will inherit Michael Clark at third and a 9-6 NJC lead. Naniel Delorbe, the first one to see him, waves for strike number 1. Went 3 innings last weekend for the Lamar Lopes in the 16-6 win at home against Trinidad. He garnered the victory in that game in relief as Delaware Bay pops one off foul. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 run, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Prior to last weekend, he pitched 8 innings for the Lamar Lopes. 0-2, 1 away. Trapper Page in tight for ball 1 to Aniel Delaware Bay. The outing is a third of an inning for the man who started the inning, Bannon Vandeveer. He's responsible for the man at third as the ball's hammered by Delaware Bay out to center field. It's at the fence. It's back. It's gone. Home run for Aniel Delaware Bay to make this an 11-6 ball game. Delaware Bay going yard for NJC in this ball game. That is home run number 3. Home run number 5 of the doubleheader. Puts NJC at 97. And a second consecutive 4 spot for the Plainsmen. Nate Glad will step in with 1 out. The base is empty. Pitch, cross for strike number 1 to Glad. He's been hit by a pitch and he's flown out to center today. Did not start game number 1, didn't play at all in game 1 actually. 0-1, he gets underneath 1, hits it a mile high. The wind makes it dance around over it short. And Soto Rodriguez will make the catch on the pop-up for out number 2. George Green will look for his first hit. Didn't have a hit in game number 1 today. Strikeout and a walk so far here in game 2. 2 away, bottom of the 4th. NJC now leads by 5. First pitch low for ball 1. They won the first game 8-4 today. Had a 5-run lead at 6-1 in that ball game, so this matches the largest lead they've had across this Thursday twin bill. 1-0, Green bounces it foul, third base side, 1 ball and 1 strike. Trapper Page, the 1-1, hops it in for ball 2. Plainsmen have 2 more home games remaining after today. Weather pending next Thursday at 1 o'clock and a 9-inning game against WNCC. And then weather looking good next Saturday at 5:30 for the 3rd annual Pack the Park night against WNCC. Page off the plate on the 2-1, takes the count to 3-1. Love for you to come on out and be a part of the Pack the Park event. Not very often we get night baseball here in Sterling. Ball delivered to Green on the 3-1. He lifts it out to center field. This one carries up. It carries out. It's gone. So another home run for the Plainsmen to 98 on the season now. And a 12-6 lead as George Green finally gets on the board with a hit today. This 4th inning for NJC has featured a pair of home runs, in addition to a 2 RBI triple and a double. And Brendan Cleland, who hit a pinch hit 2 RBI single last inning, will step up with the bases empty. Trapper Page, first pitch, Cleland fires it down the left field side, and it bounces down into the corner. He's going to try and turn this into a double, and he does. The throw then in, gets by and away up the line. So a double for Brendan Cleland, and then the E7 on the throw in. We'll move the 6th run of the inning just 90 feet away to Carson Souter, who ended last inning on a pop-up to second. Souter, he's popped up twice, once to the pitcher and once to second in this his only appearance of this Thursday, and he hammers back foul the first one he sees for strike one. Dropper Page, 0-1 off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. NJC looks to continue to add to the offensive outpouring here in this 4th. Souter watches the 1-1 by high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Page already 15 pitches into relief in this inning. He buzzes one high, 3-1. Braden Stuft led off this bottom of the 4th inning with a double. Three and one. Page low, ball 4, and a walk to Souter. Had a hit batsman in this inning. That's the 3rd walk that NJC has been issued in this game. 2 hit batsmen, so 5 free passes. And Braden Stuft, who's already doubled in this inning, will step in. Two away, runners on the corners. First pitch cross for strike number 1 to Stuft. Page, 0-1, swing and a miss for Stuft, 0-2. Page trying to find his way out of this inning finally. Runner moving, he will, backwards K. Stuft watches it by to end, but not before NJC plates 5. They lead by 6, 12-6. We head to the 5th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We welcome you back to Plainsman Park. We head to inning number 5. NJC leads 12-6. 12 runs on 12 hits, no errors, and 4 left on. For NJC, for the Lamar Lopes, 6 runs on 10 hits, an error, and 5 left on. Our 5th brought to you by Agricultural Accounting. You're a producer, not an accountant. They'll plow through your paperwork so you can do what you're good at. Visit eggman.co today to set up your consultation. Charlie McKinney, Eric Antondo, and Kel Croson will be the 3 due up in this 5th. Kean Bandy, after coming in last inning in relief, his first full inning of work. Got a third of an inning, and the one batter faced last inning to get the strikeout and get out of the jam. Charlie McKinney, a single and a ground out in this game. Had a pair of singles across the doubleheader today. Kian Bandy, first pitch, a fastball across for strike number one. Lopes have put the leadoff man on three times. They've scored in 2 of the 3 innings they put the leadoff man on. Foul ball off on the 0-1, takes the count to 0-2. Hour and 47 minutes into this second game after a 2-hour and 5-minute 8-4 win in game 1 today. 0-2 pitch, line drive, foul, first base side. The interesting nuance of the weather actually coming into play is not only the 4 games in roughly 30 hours, there was travel for both teams involved in this home and home series as the 0-2 pitch is off the plate for ball 1. Lamar won't get home till late tonight, and NJC got to leave early tomorrow morning. 1-2 pitch called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Bandy, 2 batters faced, 2 strikeouts out of the pen. And Eric Antondo, who has a pair of singles, will have his third at-bat. Antondo, both of his at-bats, though, have been against Justin Dean in this game. 3 for 5 across the doubleheader with a run batted in. Hopped in for the first one from Bandy for ball 1 to the designated hitter. Bandy 1-0. He'll find the zone that time and even the count out at a ball and a strike. We knew this Lamar team at the offense. They always been able to produce offense as the 1-1 pitch is low for ball 2. They've been able to get it. They got 7 hits off Andrej Bonk today. 10 hits off of Justin Dean. Left the yard 4 times. 2-1 off the plate, 3-1 to Atondo. Bandy, fastball at the knees, got strike 2. The previous 2 balls were close, and Tondo thought that one was out of the zone. So now both the pitcher and the batter are unhappy with the strike zone. Bandy, breaking ball, got him. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. And Antondo walks away muttering to himself. 3rd straight strikeout for Kian Bandy out of the pen. So 2 away, that brings Kel Crosant to the plate. He's flown out once to second, once to center this afternoon. Former University Bulldog takes first pitch high for ball 1. Low for ball 2. Breaking ball dances in tight. 2-0 becomes 3-0. Two outs in the top of the 5th and a 12-6 NJC lead. Fastball grounded, finds its way through. First base runner given up by Bandy, and will afford Santiago Long an opportunity to hit. Long has a single and a ground out to short this afternoon. He did not play in game one. First pitch, he'll bounce it back up the middle, and it finds its way into center field. So back-to-back two-out singles for the Lobes. Flips us back to the top of the order, and Antonio Soto Rodriguez, the shortstop, his last time at the plate, hit a solo home run. He scored a pair in this game, and across the doubleheader, his line reads 2 for 5 with 3 runs scored and 2 runs batted in. Bandy. First pitch across for strike number 1 to Soto Rodriguez. Lopes left 8 in game 1 today. They've already left 5 here in game 2. And JC's been far better plating the runners that they get on the base paths. 0-1 dances across the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Bandy with 2 on after back-to-back singles. Fastball lifted up. Right field side, long run. It gets down in fair territory. Aniel Delorbe diving for it. The throw in from Clark, who was retreating, will not be in time. A pair cross, and Soto Rodriguez goes to third on the throw-in. So that is a double, and then a move to third on the throw. And this is now a 12-8 ball game. Delorbe laid out. And that was fair. Even he did touch it, but he touched it in fair territory. It wasn't like he touched a ball in foul territory that made it fair. As Jonas Molinar will step in. He hit a home run his last time up. First pitch in for strike number 1 to him. So that's 3 straight 2-out hits. A bunt popped up right back to Bandy, and that's that. But a 2 RBI double gets Lamar back within 4. 12-8, middle of 5. NJC and Lamar is on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. New arm for Lamar as we come back. Bottom of inning number 5, 12-8 NJC with the lead. Caden Winfrey is the new pitcher. 15th appearance of the year, 1-3 on the record. 27 1/3 innings of work, 32 strikeouts for him. But he's been knocked around in his last couple outings, including the 23-7 loss last week against Trinidad State. He gave up 5 runs on 4 hits in 2 innings. Only one of those runs was earned. Defense let him down behind him. The righty will step in after NJC batted around +1 in the 4th in scoring 5. And 2 back for Lamar in the top of the 5th. It will be Easton Hubbard, Riley Suarez, Michael Clark in the bottom of this fifth inning. Brought to you by B&J Plumbing. When you've got plumbing problems, B&J will take care of you. 970-522-3828. Hubbard hit by a pitch his last time at the plate last inning. He scored a pair of runs and driven in two with a home run in this game. Caden Winfrey, first pitch to Hubbard off the plate for ball number one. Lamar looking like they're going to try and piece this one together, and then you may see some of these arms again tomorrow as well, as the 1-0 is across for a strike to Hubbard. Especially considering that, you've not seen a ton of pitches out of any of these arms in this game for the Lopes. Marco Hernandez threw 51. He's the only one that I think maybe you wouldn't see him tomorrow, especially where he's a field player. 1-1 pitch up the ladder, 2 balls and a strike. Winfrey. 2-1 offering. Hubbard powers it up the first base line in foul territory. Long run, and it'll get down before Molinar can find it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Leadoff man in the bottom of the fifth inning. NJC has scored 2 in a row. 4 in the third and 5 in the fourth. Hubbard steps back in. Winfrey. Hubbard shows bunt. Pitch sails off the plate. The count goes full. Braden Stoft has struck out on a full count in this game. Carson Souter popped up to the pitcher. Those are the 2 previous full counts in this second game. 3-2. Off the plate, ball 4. Hubbard draws the leadoff walk for the Plainsmen. So Riley Suarez gets a crack at the plate. He owns a triple in this game. He grounded out too short and struck out his last time at the plate last inning. Caden Winfrey. Keep an eye on Hubbard. I don't know that he's long for the bag at first. Winfrey is very slow to the plate. First pitch, round ball over to short. Soto Hernandez will go to second for 1. On to first, not in time. So a fielder's choice to wipe down the lead runner. 6-4 on the putout. 1 away, runner at first to Michael Clark, who has a home run, a single, and a triple in this game. He is a double away from the cycle. He has driven in 4 runs in this game alone. 7 runs across the doubleheader. First pitch in the dirt for ball number 1 to Michael Clark. Winfrey. Pick throw over to first as Suarez dives back in safely. Clark having himself one heck of a Thursday. Pick throw again, trying to keep Suarez close. So it's got to give you some sort of indication on what he's going to throw you. Trying to get you to roll into something. Already did get the ground ball by Suarez for the fielder's choice. Winfrey. The plate 1-0. Ball lifted by Clark out to right. It is pulled in by McKinney, and Clark is retired for the first time in this game, and the second out of the bottom of the fifth inning. And Aniel Delorbe, who's a triple away from the cycle, will step in. He's a single, a double, and a home run to his credit today. Delorbe with 3 runs batted in. Takes a rip at the first one, throw down to second, and got him. Suarez was caught stealing on a perfect throw from Santiago Long, and NJC's held off the board. 12-8 lead NJC as we head to the 6th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Twelve-8 lead for NJC as we come back for inning number 6 to Plainsman Park. And NJC won't have Andrew Catchell for the remainder of this game. Andrew Catchell got tossed, arguing the stolen base, apparently. The caught stealing to end the inning. I didn't see him get tossed, and then I heard the tirade that followed him getting ejected by the field umpire, so he's no longer managing the Northeastern Plainsmen. That duty will fall onto the shoulders of Bill Percy as we head to the 6th. And our 6th inning is brought to you on the Eastern Plains Sports Network by Bank of Colorado. Apply for the loan you need for your dream home. Fully online, bankofcolorado.com for all the information. Bank of Colorado, member FDIC. Kian Bandy back on the bump. He starts off Ethan Marquez with strike number 1. Marquez, Brattel, and Oxford, the 3 due up as Bandy powers it in quickly 0-2. It's already good news that I wasn't planning on talking with head coach Andrew Catchell at the conclusion of the game because we couldn't do that anymore. I didn't really see him do anything that merited him getting tossed, but I'm also not standing field side. Ball 1 goes to Marquez. Breaking ball just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Home plate umpire kind of pinching that outer edge compared to what we saw in game 1. 2-2, fastball lifted up by Marquez out to center. Riley Suarez in, camps and catches for out number 1. So 1 out in a 12-8 game, top of inning number 6, and Jackson Brattel will step to the plate. Brattel, his 4th plate appearance, he's reached all 3 times, hit by a pitch, reaching on a fielder's choice, and singling in this game. Ian Bandy starts him off in the upper edge of the zone with strike one. Second one, Bandy fires a fastball below the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. One with one away. Breaking ball hammered back foul. Count will go to 1-2. Bandy, since coming on in relief, has used 36 pitches. He's struck out now 4 as he puts the 1-2 on the outside corner and gets the backwards K for out number 2 in the top of the 6th. That brings Keenan Oxford to the plate, and now Roberto Carrasco, the Lopes head coach, has been warned by the home plate umpire for protesting the strike zone, and I can't say I disagree with him. I'd call it amoebic, but that would be an insult to the solid nature of an amoeba. It's a science joke in the middle of a baseball game. 2 away. First pitch is off the plate for ball number 1 to Keenan Oxford. Feast or famine for Oxford today. He's either homered or struck out in every at-bat. Breaking ball across the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bandy, the 1-1, golfed foul. First base side, 1-2. Nate Glad delving out the sign to Kean Bandy. Bandy blows it past him and gets the strikeout to end the inning. Keeps Lamar off the board. Let's see if the Bats can keep it going. 12-8 NJC leads. Bottom 6 next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to the bottom of inning number 6. 12-8 lead for NJC over Lamar. 12 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 4 left on for the Plainsmen. 8 runs, 13 hits, an error, and 6 left on for the Lamar Lopes. As we head to the bottom of inning number 6, Aniel Delorbe, who was at the plate to end the 5th inning when the runner was cut down, will be back at the plate. He has a single, a double, and a home run to his credit in this second game today. After the ejection of Andrew Catchell, Bill Percy moves over to third base, and tomorrow's Game 3 starter, Tony Slazowski, is the first base coach now. Caden Winfrey's back out for his second inning of work. He misses away to Aniel Delorbe for ball 1. 10 pitches last inning, keeping the Plainsmen off the board. 1-0. Dance across the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. Plainsman looking to go 2-0 and a full game up on McCook for the Region 9 lead with 6 games remaining in the regular season. 1-1, chased up the ladder by Delaware Bay, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Winfrey. 1-2, Delaware Bay hits a ground ball to Croson over at second. He'll fire it on to first for the 4-3 putout and out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. That will bring Nate Glad up. Glad catching this second game today. Hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Since then, he's flown out to center and popped up too short. First time for Glad facing off against Winfrey. First pitch high for ball number 1 to Glad. Wind is backed off a good bit from where we were at the start of the game. Winfrey with the pitch, check swing, it falls across the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. We were at 28 miles an hour on the wind. It's now back to 16. Supposed to continue to peter off as the sun heads toward the horizon. All be delivered. Glad drills the 1-1 out to center field, and it finds its way down for a 1-out single, and the Plainsmen have a runner on in the bottom of the 6th inning. To George Green, who hit a home run his last time at the plate. 1 of 2 home runs in that 4th inning. Green. With Glad dancing off the bag at first, and the first pitch in tight for ball 1. Green's reaction said it was a lot tighter. Either way, it was out of the zone, 1-0. Winfrey delivers the pitch. Green hammers it off foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of inning number 6, 12-8 NJC lead. Going to be a late night getting home for Lamar and a early morning tomorrow. It's going to be an early morning tomorrow for NJC to get on the road and down to Lamar for the 1 o'clock doubleheader. Glad takes off, throw down to second, and sliding in safely, Nate Glad around the tag that time. So a runner into scoring position for George Green. 2 balls and 1 strike. And JC now 3 stolen bases shy of 150 for the year. 2-1 behind the back of Green. 3-1. One away, bottom 6. Actually 2-2. The ball 2 that was on the stolen base was actually a strike. 2-2. Called strike 3 in the upper edge of the zone. So second out of the bottom of the 6th inning. And Brendan Cleland will step in. A single and a double for Cleland after the pinch hit. Single in the 3rd, double in the 4th. Now in the 6th, he'll be charged with trying to get Nate Glad home and add to the 4-run advantage. Caden Winfrey, first pitch to Cleland, dips low and away for ball one. Winfrey. 1-0. Same spot, called strike one. Cleland awaits. Winfrey up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nate Glad with a single, the 13th NJC hit of the ball game in this 6th inning, but NJC in danger of putting another 0 on the board. Winfrey, 2-1, up the ladder, 3-1. Welland waits from Winfrey, and the ball is high for ball 4. So he draws the 2-out walk. Runners on first and second for the Plainsmen, and Carson Souter will get a crack at the plate. He drew a walk his last time at the plate, first time getting on in this game after flying out his first 2. Caden Winfrey first pitch to Souter, below the knees, and taking off for third with nobody covering was Nate Glad. Then he hesitated and got cut down after the pump fake down in. So NJC runs themselves out of the second consecutive inning. They lead 12-8, though, as we head to the 7th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. $12-8 lead for NJC as we head to the 7th here on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. I'm Ben Blecka. Glad you've joined us for this one. And remember, tomorrow, radio only and online 945theranch.com as we head to Lamar for the 1 o'clock start time. Plainsmen hopefully will be 2-0, but they're going to need to keep leaning on Kian Bandy, who's back out for this 7th inning. Bandy will tangle with Charlie McKinney, Eric Antondo, and Nicole Crosant. He came on, did Kian Bandy in inning number 4. He's 2 1/3 innings in, 2 runs both earned, allowed. He struck out 5, 3 hits allowed, and no free passes. Charlie McKinney, a strikeout against Kian Bandy in his first time. He has reached on a single in this second game of the doubleheader. So the righty from Lyman kicks it off and buzzes a fastball past McKinney for strike number 1. Second one, he'll dump into the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Justin Dean as the starter went 79 pitches in. Lamar's starter didn't even get out of the first inning. They kind of piecemealed it together and have found Caden Winfrey right now to keep the Plainsmen off the board the last 2 as the 1-1's lifted out to center field for the first out in the top of the 7th. That brings Eric Antondo, the designated hitter, to the plate. 3 for 6 with a run batted in across the doubleheader today. 2 hits in this game. Bandy delivers the pitch, and Antondo rifles it off foul for strike 1. Bandy's been pounding the zone very effectively since coming on in relief. As we talked about when he came in, one of those arms that as we head toward the postseason, I think NJC's going to rely heavily on. 0-1 off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. You know what you're going to get out of Bonk and Slazowski and even to an extent Justin Dean and Roniger and whoever else you're going to tap as a starter. Bandy's one that could go back into a starting role as the 1-1 is low for ball 2. Has started this year, has pitched very well this season. I think it's almost one where you feel like we got him in the pen, that if Bonk or Sliz can get us through 7 or even 5 2/3 or whatever, you go, hey, Kean, go out there and finish this one off. We're up by 3. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fastball hammered back up the middle and out into center field. The 14th hit of the ball game. 3rd hit of the contest for Antondo. Puts a runner on in the top of inning number 7. 9-inning game, so this is not that most urgent time. Cole Crosant will step in. Crosant, a ground ball single his last time at the plate. He'd popped up twice prior to that. He lines shots 1 foul, third base side for strike 1. Cole. Numbers haven't been as particularly attractive at the plate, but he is a very good defender. That'll afford you some more opportunities to kind of get right in the baseball world. Swing and a miss on 1 in the dirt, and the count goes to 0-2. Bandy keeping an eye on Antondo over at first. They'll pick throw over. Mentioned it earlier. It's not like this is a Lope team that's going to steal a ton of bases, but they're going to move. They have a stolen base in each game today. Gone first to third on a couple knocks. Antondo just trying to get into Bandy's head right now. He's forced 2 consecutive throws over. To Bandy up the ladder, got the chase and the strikeout for the second out in the top of inning number 7 for Kean. In relief, that's now 6 strikeouts. 2 away to the catcher Santiago Long, who has a pair of singles in this game. Long's last time at the plate singled and came around and scored in the 5th inning. Part of that 2-out rally that produced a pair of runs, the last 2 runs that Lamar has scored. He will pop up the first one he sees, first base side, long run for Clark. It'll get onto the roof of the Lamar dugout for strike 1. (12-8) NJC advantage and another runner on for Lamar. They've stranded 14 across the doubleheader today. Trying to make that 15 as Long pops back foul. The 0-1, 0-2. Bandy gets one he likes from Glad, takes a check on Antondo over at first. Dances one below the knees for ball one, did not get the chase. We want to talk about effectiveness for Bandy. He has 6 strikeouts. He's only thrown 55 pitches. He's pounding the zone. 37 of those 55 have been strikes. Just dipped out of the zone, didn't get the chase. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and two. Bandy with the pitch, hammered to the screen, foul. Plainsmen 9-1-2 to up in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2. Bandy couldn't get the frame on the outside corner, and the count goes full.
Wow, dude. That's a right-handed pitcher. Good pitch, Mickey.
Payoff pitch. Bandy takes a peek at Antondo. Swing and a miss. He got the strikeout to end the inning with 1 extra. 12-8 NJC lead as we enter the bottom of inning number 7. You're listening to the Eastern Plains Sports Network. .12-8 NJC lead, back for inning number 7, brought to you by Platte River Tires. For over 25 years, they've supported our area athletes and kept our community moving. Visit them today on Chestnut Street. Look for the purple sign. 12 runs on 13 hits for NJC. Third inning of work for Caden Winfrey out of the pen. His previous 2 have been quelled by runners getting cut down on the base paths for NJC. Carson Souter was at the plate last inning when Nate Glad was cut down. Will lead things off. Then back to the top of the order, Stuffed and Hubbard. Winfrey, 27 pitches into his relief effort, delivers the first pitch, and Souter delivers his first hit of this Thursday. Out to left field with a single and puts himself on for Braden Stuffed. Stuffed has a pair of strikeouts in this game, but a walk and a double to his credit as well. He's scored a pair of runs. He is the last of the Plainsmen to see Caden Winfrey for a first time in this game. He was the one that ended that 5-run fourth inning, and Winfrey has pitched the fifth and now sixth, and into the seventh. Low for ball 1, 2 stuffed goes his first offering. I would imagine NJC probably more hesitant to move on the base paths now, given that they've been cut down twice. The 1-0 pitch up and in for ball 2. The one that ended the fifth was questionable and got head coach Andrew Catchell tossed. The one that ended the sixth was a hesitation on the base paths that Glad basically served up the caught stealing on a silver platter. 2-0 pitch, called strike 1. Stuffed. Awaits the 2-1 with none away in this seventh. He'll bounce one over to second. Hot shot fielded by Crosent. He dropped the ball, did Soto Rodriguez on the exchange. So the force out on the fielder's choice will be the result. Crosent made a great snare, and then as Souter was headed to second, Soto Rodriguez dropped the ball on what was deemed the exchange. So one away to Easton Hubbard, who has reached 3 out of the 4 times he's come to the plate in this game. He homered back in inning number 1. Fly out, a hit batsman, and a walk since, as Stuffed gets the throw over. He's at 79 stolen bases across 2 seasons here at NJC. Winfrey delivers the pitch. Hubbard watches it by low for ball 1. Winfrey 1-0, taking his time, and he'll make the pick throw over to first, and Stuff dives back in safely. Winfrey up the ladder on the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Stuffed a shallow lead. Winfrey has paid him solid mind, so two balls, no strikes. Bouncer off of himself in the box from Hubbard. Stayed fair, but when it hits the batter in the box, that becomes a foul ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Winfrey, 1 away, bottom 7. Has an arm in the pen, but not really throwing. Foul ball back on a hit and run from Hubbard. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One away, 12-8 NJC lead. Winfrey. Pick throw over, and Stuffed steps back in. Shallow lead again for Stuffed. Hubbard 2-2. Stuffed moving. Pitch delivered. Stuffed will swipe second ahead of the throw on what was ball 3 to Hubbard. Braden stuffed his second stolen base of the ball game, the team's fifth. Puts them at 148 and puts Stuffed at 80 for his career here in Sterling. And he stands in scoring position, 3-2. Hubbard takes it high, ball 4, so the free pass for a third time in a row for him. Runners on first and second to Riley Suarez. Suarez has reached on a triple and a fielder's choice in this game. 1 for 4 with a run scored back in the third inning. And we have a visit to the mound for the Lamar Lobes. I don't know if Caden Winfrey will be given the opportunity to finish this inning in spite of, to be perfectly honest, pitching pretty darn well. He's kept the Plainsman on his heels. An arm tossing in the pen. Know that that arm is close to being ready. He had his warm-up on at the start of this inning, so I don't believe he'd been tossing. Typically when Coach Carrasco comes out, that's the delay, and it's not Coach Carrasco that came out to the mound. But they have the visit. 1 away, runners on first and second. NJC leading 12-8, bottom 7 in this 9-inning game, and Riley Suarez try and produce his first run batted in of this contest. Maybe of the day. I don't know that he had an RBI in game 1 today. Winfrey, first pitch into the dirt for ball number 1 to Suarez. Ball, no strikes. Winfrey keeping an eye on Stuffed. Fastball on the outside corner, 1-1. Stuffed. Keeping Winfrey on his toes out at second. He will take off, pitch in the dirt, throw down to second, and safe goes Hubbard. Stuffed gets the steal at third, so that double steal for NJC puts them at 150 on the year. Suarez has a 2-1 count with 2 in scoring position. Pitch delivered and belted with the infield in over that run in infield. They're going to send Hubbard. The relay to home is not in time. Hubbard slid around the tag of Santiago Long, and it's a 2 RBI single for Riley Suarez. Took a chance with the speed and got it home. And NJC now leads 14-8, and Michael Clark steps to the plate. Clark hit a home run back in inning number 1, an RBI single in the third and a 2 RBI triple in the fourth. His last time at the plate, he flew out to right, so 3 for 4 in this game today. 7 runs batted in across the doubleheader. He takes the first pitch in tight for ball 1. Plainsman a 2 spot here in the 7th. Looking to tack more on. Still with 1 away. Pick throw over to first. And Suarez dives back in safely. Winfrey. 1-0. Clark hammers a ball out to right field. See ya! He goes yard for his second time in this game. 9 runs batted in on the Thursday for Mike Clark. And NJC now leads 16-8. Needed a double, did Clark, to get the cycle. He'll take another home run. Why not? Have yourself a day, Mike Clark. And we'll have a pitching change for the Lamar Lopes. NJC up 16-8, one away, bottom 7 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Hayden Ortiz, the new arm for the Lamar Lopes. A pitching change brought to you by Gordon Insurance, mitigating risk on the farm with your livestock and in your everyday life. Stop by in downtown Sterling, 970-526-6139. Hayden Ortiz, 6th appearance of the year, 4 2/3 innings of work. He struck out 8, walked 8, and given up 7 hits. He will inherit a bases empty situation, and Aniel Delorbe at the plate. 16-8 NJC with the lead with the 4 spot in this frame on Mike Clark's second home run. Aniel Delorbe, first pitch fouled off, I believe, for strike 1. Delorbe singled in inning number 1, doubled to drive in a run in inning number 3, 2-run home run in inning number 4, and then a ground out in inning number 6. Home plate umpire never signaled anything. And I think they say he did not break the plane of the plate, so maybe it was ball 1? Fastball way high from Hayden Ortiz, 2 balls and no strikes. Plainsmen 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Continue to explode offensively on this Thursday. 2-0. Ortiz with the pitch. Delorbe with the swing and the miss. 2-1. Fastball in for a strike, 2-2. 2-2. Pitch delivered in tight. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Delaware Bay seeing a full count for a second time in this game. He had a double his last time on a full count. 3-2. Ortiz slapped to the backstop, foul, and the count will continue. Plainsmen 16 hits in this game, 5 left aboard thus far. They left just 2 on in game 1, scoring 8 runs. They have been efficient on this Thursday. 3-2. Ortiz with the pitch, check swing, back to Ortiz by Delaware Bay, and he'll toss it on to first for the 1-3 putout. And the second out in the bottom of the 7th inning. That brings Nate Glad to the plate. Glad singled last inning. Was caught stealing after hesitating on a dirt ball. First pitch, Ortiz dances it across for strike number 1. Second one falls out of the zone. Did he go? No. Not at all. Not even a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball hammered deep by Glad, out to center. See ya! Nate Glad goes yard for the 100th home run of the year. The first time in NJC history that the Plainsmen have hit triple digits in home runs in a single season. And for the first time in Region 9 history, with the 2 stolen bases in this inning, a team has 100 home runs and 150 stolen bases in a single season, and we still have 6 games left in the regular season. 17-8 NJC. George Green, who owns a home run, will step to the plate. Hayden Ortiz, first pitch off for ball number 1. So change of game plan. We will talk with head coach Andrew Catchell at the end of the ball game. Now that we've set that mark, he's enjoying a bit of air conditioning after being ejected in the 5th inning of this game. But he said he'd come up afterwards because rules will afford him the opportunity to come chat with us. Now that triple digits, 100 homers, 150 stolen bases. Only Southeast in 2022 has ever gone 100-100. And they won the Region 9 title that year. 2 balls, 1 strike after Hayden Ortiz delivered the 2-0 offering to George Green. Green waves at the 2-1, 2 balls and 2 strikes. (17-8) NJC, big 5-run 7th inning. Green fouls off the 2-2, and we'll do it again. Leadoff single followed by a fielder's choice. From there, a walk, a 2 RBI single, a 2-run homer. Pitching change that led to a ground out, a solo home run. And now 2-2 with 2 away, 1 run away from ending our day early. Ortiz hammers it all the way to the backstop, and the count goes full. Green has seen 5 or more pitches in all but 1 at-bat in this second game today. Hayden Ortiz, the 3-2. Green bounces it off foul. Count remains full. Ortiz. 3-2 again. He fires it in. Green swings and misses, and we'll head to the 8th. But NJC's now up 9, 17-8. So we head to the 8th inning. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back for inning number 8. NJC leads Lamar 17-8 as we head to this 8th frame. 17 runs, 17 hits, no errors, and 5 left on. For Lamar, it's 8 runs, 14 hits, an error, and 7 left aboard, and Kean Bandy back out there. NJC's already hit a pair of big milestones in this second game today. 100 home runs on the year for the first time in program history. They've got 100 homers in a season. 150 stolen bases for the 3rd time, I think, maybe. I know they hit 150 last year, but the first time they've done them both in a single season. And as we head to the 8th, it'll be Antonio Soto Rodriguez, Jonas Molinar, and Ethan Marquez. Bandy pitching well in relief. First pitch off the plate for ball number 1 to Soto Rodriguez. He's had himself one heck of a day. In this second one, he's scored a pair of runs. He's driven in 3. He's hit a home run. 9-hole hitter in game 1. Leadoff hitter here in game 2 has 4 runs batted in on the day. Second pitch, ground ball to third. George Green with the gun across the diamond, and the 5-3 put out, picked out of the dirt by Michael Clark for out number 1 in the top of the 8th inning. It brings up Jonas Molinar. Molinar 2 for 4 with a single and a home run to his credit in this game. Bandy buzzes him in tight for ball number 1. Bandy 62 pitches in relief, but heck of an outing for him. 3 2/3, 2 runs. Both earned 7 strikeouts, 4 hits, no walks. 1-0 pitch in tight for ball 2. And get a wave by Molinar at the 2-0 to take the count to 2-1. 12 hours away from the bus pulling out of Sterling to head to Lamar tomorrow morning as the breaking ball fills the upper edge of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Trying to recall. Been around here as Molinar grounds the ball to third. Green scoops it up. His gun across the diamond in time for another 5-3 ground out. 2 away. On the top of the 8th. Maybe one time against McCook we did this home and home back-to-back days. I've never done the trip, but I've also not traveled a lot with the team over the last several years. We'll be traveling tomorrow as Ethan Marquez steps in and Bandy slides it off the plate for ball 1. Not very often that these home and homes don't have an off day between them. Not like an NBA playoff series off day where you can take 2 days to travel to Minnesota. Nuggets play tonight at 7:30. That'll be on 1010 KSIR. 2-0 pitch across for strike one. More like the real playoffs in the NHL, where the Avalanche won in overtime on Tuesday and are playing again tonight at 8 o'clock in Los Angeles. 2-1 pitch, fouled off, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bandy with 2 away, top 8. Breaking ball, grounder to third. Sliding play by Green. He cannot get it picked out of the dirt. And that will be an infield single. And to slide, to dive, and get there, I'll give the Lopes their 15th hit of the game. That was a well-placed ball. Green would have made a very spectacular play had he been able to get that throw out. So Marquez with the infield single with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Jackson Britell will try and find some sort of damage for the first time since the 5th inning for the Lopes. Bandy in tight for ball 1, and the ball gets past Glad, and Marquez moves down to second. So into scoring position. Lopes didn't have a ton of opportunities with runners in scoring position in game number 1. They're 4 for 9 here in game 2. And Bandy takes a check on Marquez. He'll spin, he'll throw back, and Hubbard can't sneak in before Marquez steps back in. One and 0. Bandy delivers the pitch. It's lifted up, out to shallow center, over into right. Goes Suarez to make the catch and end the inning. NJC keeps Lamar off the board again. They lead 17-8 to the bottom of the 8th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsman leads 17-8 as we welcome you back to Plainsman Park, bottom of inning number 8. On the Eastern Plains Sports Network, it's made possible by Western Engineering Consultants. Big Firm Products, small firm relationship, westerneci.com for more information. Plainsman will head to this bottom of inning number 8, still tangling with Hayden Ortiz. Brendan Cleland, who has a single, a double, and a walk to his credit after pinch hitting, will lead things off. Carson Souter and Braden Stuft due up. Cleland came on a pinch hit for Tanner Peary back in inning number 3, drove in a pair. He's remained in the ball game in left field. Good to see him starting to get that bat back going. He struggled a little bit in Region 9 play. Hayden Ortiz. First pitch to Cleland, knocked to the backstop, foul for strike 1. 17-8 NJC lead, so they just need 1 to end our night. Briefly earlier, we're just past 3 hours into this 9-inning affair. Ortiz, 0-1. Cleland watches it by, 1 ball and 1 strike. And JC has 17 hits on those 17 runs and have only left 5 aboard. I believe it is 27 hits across the doubleheader today as Cleland rips at the 1-1, 1-2. Two offering, little flare job, it'll fly foul, third base side for Cleland. He'll stay alive as the leadoff man. In the bottom of inning number 8. 3 in the first, 4 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and 5 in the seventh. 1-2 Ortiz in tight, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two offering, hopped in, and the count goes full to Brendan Cleland. And JC has seen a boatload of full counts in this game. Hubbard has walked twice on full counts. Suarez grounded out on a full count. Delaware Bay grounded out on a full count. Doubled on a full count. Strikeout for Green on a full count. Pop up by Carson Sauter on a full count. Now the ball's drilled out to right field for a single on a full count by Brendan Cleland, and the leadoff man is on in the bottom of inning number 8. And NJC will pinch hit for Carson Sauter here. To the plate will come Jet Maisano. Maisano, part of that first base group, and given how well Michael Clark is playing, he's seeing fewer and fewer opportunities. 11 for 33 this year. 4 home runs and 7 runs batted in Region 9 play. Maisano making just his 9th appearance. He's 3 for 11 with a pair of home runs. Ortiz, first pitch to Maisano across for strike 1. Sauter walking a single his last 2 times after popping up his first 2 in that designated hitter position. 0-1, Maisano, swing and a miss, 0-2. Ortiz, 0-2 off the plate for ball 1. Peeking over at Cleland at first. Ortiz 1-2. Up the ladder, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Maisano. Nobody out in the bottom of the 8th, and NJC leading 17-8. Ortiz breaking ball, dumped it into the upper edge of the zone, and Maisano down looking for out number 1. So we go back to the top of the order to Braden Stuft. The shortstop to the plate for a 6th time today. He's drawn a walk, he's doubled, and he's reached on a fielder's choice. He has struck out twice and scored 3 runs. Ortiz. Pitch delivered, stuffed deep in the hole at short. The only play will be to get Cleland at second, and the throw not there in time. So Stuft will reach on a fielder's choice. I mean, I guess you could maybe call an error there, but I'm not going to put an error in, as I think Brendan Cleland just beat that throw out. So NJC has runners on first and second to Easton Hubbard. who was homered all the way back in inning number 1, part of the now 100 homers on the season for NJC. He has been hit by a pitch and walked his last twice, his last 3 times up. So 1 for 2, the official line for Hubbard. 2 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. Aiden Ortiz, 1-0, hopped in, 2 balls and no strikes, back pick to first, and Stuff scurries back safely. Got the 2 stolen bases for NJC to get them to 150 steals on the year. That's 81 now in his career here at NJC, just continuing to add to the career tally for the most stolen bases. 2-0. Ortiz with the pitch, watched by Hubbard. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ortiz delivers the pitch, hopped in, runners take off on the ball in the dirt, 3-1. So NJC gets free bags. Long blocked that, and there was no hope of getting either Cleland or Stuffed. So the game-ending run stands 90 feet away. The 1 out in the bottom of inning number 8. Ortiz, 3-1. Breaking ball up, walks Hubbard. So Hubbard earns a 4th consecutive free pass, a 3rd consecutive walk. The bases loaded up 17-8 with 1 away for Riley Suarez. Infield in, knowing it's the game-ending run. Suarez, he's singled and tripled, struck out, reached on a fielder's choice, and grounded out in this game. He's driven in a pair. He hammers back the first one he sees for strike 1. Ortiz, 0-1. Delivers the pitch and blows it past Suarez. No balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, bottom 8. And JC looking to go 2-0 on this Thursday and have a 1-game lead on McCook for the Region 9 championship. 0-2, little pop-up on the infield. They'll get the tag at second for 1. The throw to first not in time. It's an RBI fielder's choice by Riley Suarez. And that will end the ball game. NJC takes it 18-8 on the fielder's choice as the Plainsmen plate the game-ending run. 6 unassisted on the out at second. To end the ball game, NJC will win 18-8 in 3 hours and 10 minutes. We'll come back and wrap it up on our post-game show next. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we welcome you back to Plainsman Park. It's a final in a Thursday sweep, 18-8. The Plainsmen win in 8 against the Lamar Lopes and cap it off. I'm Ben Blecka, joined by head coach Andrew Catchell for the Northeastern Plainsmen. And, well, your team made some history for the first time in Region 9 history, Coach. 100 home runs and 150 steals in a single season by a team. You have got to be proud of the way your guys did it today.
Yeah, it's a special group. I mean, we've said it all season. There's been expectations with this group, and I tell you what, they've rose to the occasion. They've answered, I think, everything we've asked of them. They've answered the bell, and they just keep going and going and going. And it's been an absolute fun group to coach throughout the course of the season, and every coach says it, but this group truly has earned it. I mean, they put in the work.
And I think on a day-to-day where Andrzej Vonk didn't exactly have his best stuff, I mean, he was still very good and got the win in game number 1 today. Justin Dean didn't have his best stuff, but he still did his work. It was your offense that picked things up here today, and there were some good defensive plays too, but I think it was your offense really that stole the show on this Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you break a record that's never been done before, 100 home runs, 150 bags, immediately you go to the offense. But I'm still very, very proud of the pitching staff. I don't give them enough credit where credit is due. I mean, game 1, you're right, Vonk wasn't the sharpest, but for Garen Gechter to come in left on left and, close down an inning and then to hand it off to Steckel, who's just been nails as of lately, for him to slam the door and end game 1 and then in game 2, there's a reason why, we talked with Bandy early in the week that, come postseason time here in a month, there's not really usually a game 4 starter. Yeah. So, he's done everything right, but we wanted to try him out of the bullpen. And today, Dean battled and competed and wasn't the sharpest, but handed the ball off to Bandy. And I tell you what, Bandy slammed the door. So, pitching did a great job and in reality allowed our offense to then kind of take over.
Yeah, I don't think there's much doubt who our player of the weekend is going to be when we talk tomorrow down in Lamar. Michael Clark today, 9 runs batted in one day. And he was a double away from the cycle, and he had to go hit a second home run in this one.
Yeah. Before I got politely put in timeout, I did joke around with Clark that we were going to pinch hit for him, and he immediately, his eyeballs got big. He knew what was on the line. I'm like, I'm kidding with you, Mike. Go hit that double, and he actually got out his next at bat, and I mean, you should have heard our dugout erupt with like, hey, we got to scratch, we got to claw, we got to get him another AB. So. I think that really speaks to hopefully the culture and kind of the camaraderie, the family that this group really represents. Is they wanted to see him do it. So, but yeah, he hit the next one a little too far.
Yeah, a little too far. But Aniel Del Orbe was a triple away from the cycle. Riley Suarez had 3 runs batted in this game. It wasn't just one guy that got the job done. And the other one that I really want to make sure we shine the light on, I talked about it in game 1. Hudson Hoy had 6 putouts. You had a couple of ground out putouts at second with McVeigh. Your defense was so solid across the board today, and that's I think something that is so underappreciated when you have 100 home runs and 150 stolen bases and an Andrzej Vonk on the bump.
Yeah, no, I mean that was actually what we talked about after game 1 was top to bottom team effort, not only offense, not only pitching, but more importantly defense. I mean we took care of the baseball. We made some big plays when we needed to, and you're absolutely right. Hudson Hoy went and picked 2 or 3 kind of tough hops today, in between hops and set his feet, and those are innings that can very quickly spiral or go a different direction if you don't make those plays. So defensively, the boys were stellar.
You guys we all now, because I'm actually going to travel with you guys, something I have not done a lot of here recently, but hopping on the road, this is a tough, tomorrow is going to be even tougher than today because late day today, early morning tomorrow. How do you make sure the guys are mentally prepared for this back-to-back home and home in 2 different sites where we got a 4-hour bus ride tomorrow morning?
No, I think it's a mindset, and it's kind of something we've joked around from day 1 when we got back in January. If it's cold and snowing, no, it's balmy. If the wind's blowing like today when you show up, it's a beautiful breeze. To where, the glass is always half full, and tomorrow is an opportunity to get on a bus and put a little hair on the rear end, and it's JUCO. To where you approach it that way, and it's an opportunity. So I think the boys are excited, and they've heard it from me all year long. To where we're going to go get on the bus, and then, hey, two teams are showing up. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. I prefer to win. So.
Absolutely. It would be nice to have 2 more wins. It'll be fun to get back on the road with you guys and cover this team. That's Coach Andrew Catchell. Congrats, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Plainsmen take the wins, and they take the Thursday sweep. Join us tomorrow on 94.5 The Ranch and 945theranch.com at 1 for 2 more from Lamar. I'm Ben Blecka. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network.